Today I'm going to show off the best 10 watches under £1,000 using the Jazzmaster website. Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. Today is another beast of an episode thanks to today's sponsors, Jazzmaster. Yeah, searching on their website, I'm going to try and find their best 10 watches under the $1,000 mark, so that's way under the £1,000 mark for us Brits.
Not for Canadians, sorry.
But when you creep closer and closer to the $1,000 mark, we are definitely in luxury watch territory, people. So today's list is going to be full of brands with history, heritage. Now, Jazzmaster are not an authorized dealer of any of the watches I'm about to show you. That means they are not constricted by the recommended retail prices brands order ADs to actually sell these watches at. Now, yes, buying a watch from here, you don't get the factory warranty, but Jazzmaster do offer a 2-year warranty of their own. And listen, if you shop around, you can find an absolutely steal of a watch and be happy with it forever and ever. So sit back, buckle up, and let's talk about some absolute bangers of watches. Oh, sorry, just before you keep going, watch till the end because there's a competition to win a watch. Just saying. Are you under $1,000 ready? Let's go! Right, number one, what a brand to start with. Longines. Now, I have reviewed many Longines in my time and the quality is awesome. This list of watches are going to be based on ones we're going to want to wear most days. Because when you spend this sort of money, you don't want to hide it in the drawer and only take it out for weekends. So proper versatile watches you can wear throughout the week. And they don't get more versatile than the Longines Hydra Conquest. This is the 41mm version. You can get a 44. It's 12mm thick, an annoying 21mm lug width, but this watch is a pretty damn good size. We got a sapphire glass protecting the dial, and inside this 300-meter water resistant beast we have the caliber L619888, which is based on the ETA 2892. Longines, being a part of the Swatch group, can take advantage of ETA movements, giving them a little twiddle and calling them their own calibers. The only thing that has ever put me off Hydro Conquests are the shiny polished mid-links on the bracelet, but I'm sure if I had this watch myself, I'd whip it off that bracelet and get it on a lovely rubber or tropic strap. But these watches are some of the best modern day divers you can get, and for $950, it's a watch you are going to own for a long time. Okay, next up, another brand with a lot of history. We are talking Doxa. This is the Sub 200. Definitely nothing like the Beast 300 sub that I own, but this colour is what they call the Caribbean. I think it is a very solid looking 60s inspired dive watch, and because the blue is so dark, this is going to be very versatile for you throughout the week. Screw down crown, screw down case back, 200 meters of water resistance, sapphire glass like the Hydra Conquest. This is a 42mm watch, but because of the short lug to lug, this is going to fit most wrists. Inside we have an ETA 2824-2, 4 hertz, 28,800 beats per hour with a 40-hour power reserve. This is another stonking deal at $840. Comes on a rubber strap, and having reviewed many of Doxa's in my time with rubber straps, I can tell you that they are fantastic. A Doxa watch is a great one to own, and Jazzmaster sell quite a few of them. Number 3, and how can we not do a list of 10 without a Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical? Now, last week I showed off a version that had a bracelet on Jazzmaster, and that watch was well under $500. The one I'm showing you today is the Bronze Bomber. Comes with a very sophisticated suede leather one-piece NATO strap. If I'm ever going to get a bronze watch, it's probably going to be this Hamilton. It's 38mm in diameter. It is hand wind only, using Hamilton's caliber H50. Yes, it only beats away at 21,600 beats per hour, but it does have an 80-hour power reserve. This watch is $729, definitely significantly more than the regular one, but we all know that bronze is slightly harder to manipulate and carve and tool out. This watch has a lug width of 20mm. I'd whip that strap off and give it a a drab green NATO strap. That's what I do. It would look absolutely phenomenal. Number 4, and it's a Bulova. And this is a watch I've had the pleasure to review, the Milsips. And this watch's price is coming down and down and down as the months go on. This has a great story to it. And for me, this is the closest and best alternative to our Blancpain 50 Fathoms without getting a copy. This watch has a lot of history to it, right back to the 1950s. The bezel can only be twisted if you push it in, and there are a few quirks to this watch that maybe don't make this as versatile as the others what I've just shown you, like the 16mm lug width. That's quite small, but I think this watch is awesome. And yes, it may house an 8000 series Miyota inside, but I'd be very proud of owning this watch. Probably my favorite watch Bulova does. And for $537, I think it's a decent buy. Okay, coming in at number 5, it is a Raymond Weil. Weil. I'm gonna stick with Raymond Weil. Now, in my head, this brand has been around a long time, but in actual fact, they were only formed in 1976. But in that short, illustrious time, this brand has formed a fantastic reputation of making luxury Swiss watches at a decent, affordable price. And today I'm showing off the Freelancer. Subtle, versatile, may not be the first choice you pick from the Joma Shop website, but I am looking to pick out little gems, showcasing them to show them off. What I like about this watch, first of all, I love that textured bezel. I love the grey colour palette with that awesome hint of red on the seconds hand. It is definitely more of a dressy watch, and we have a very dressy butterfly deploying on the bracelet. I couldn't quite work out what was powering this watch, but we do have an automatic movement inside. Whatever it is, it's probably based on an ETA, but I think this is one of those watches that are going to look much better on the wrist than in the pictures. It's $569, which is a lot of money, yes, but with a reputation like Raymond Weil has, to own one of their watches would be quite cool. Formed in 1883 in Switzerland, this brand were the first ones to make anti-shock, anti-magnetic and waterproof watches all rolled into one. Again, this may be more on the dressy side, but still very versatile. I'm not usually one for white dials, but this one I definitely can get on board with. It's a 41mm case. It's 14.5mm thick, which is quite a big boy. Also, another slightly niggling measurement is the lug width, 21mm, but we've got a sapphire glass and a sapphire case back, showing off an FC10 automatic movement. This has a Frederic Constant movement inside, but it's not surprising seeing that Alpina and Frederic Constant are owned by Citizen.
A bit of crossover work here.
Anyway, it's a 4 Hertz movement, 41 hours of power reserve, $749, but it is time we all had a good look at Alpina.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
Next up, another Hamilton, and it is the Jazzmaster Viewmatic. Now, this was the first time I had ever seen this watch, and I gotta say, I really do like the case. 40mm in diameter, 10.8mm thick, with a 20mm lug width. The dial is a very deep blue, which I really like, and I do like the font on it as well. If I had this watch, the H-Link, literally the H-Link bracelet would probably go, and I would get this on some sort of tan, deep tan leather strap. We have a screw down exhibition case back. We don't have a screw down crown. This watch is only 50 meters of water resistance, but it's more on the dressy side, this one. Inside we have the caliber H10. The difference between the H10 and the H50 is, well, the H10 is automatic and the 50 is manual wind. But you still get your 80 hours of power reserve. I have never seen this watch in the wild, and at $649, I dig it.
Hello.
Next up, a Seiko. Yeah. Now, I reviewed a watch quite similar to this a while ago. It's the Seiko Speedtimer Solar Chronograph. The watch that literally mesmerizes your eyeballs. Yeah, Seiko released a watch that had a 100th of a second chronograph function. Now, it's a little bit unorthodox, a little bit alien looking, but the more the weeks go by, the more I actually want one of these watches. It's just cool to engage that chronograph and watch those hands fly. high. 42mm case, 12.9mm thick, a great 100 meters water resistance, using Seiko's caliber 8A50, which is a solar quartz movement. You will not have to change the battery for a long time on this one. I'm going to show off the SFJ003. It's the black dial version. Looks very stealthy, and it's $789. It is definitely coming down in price from when I reviewed them. This watch is just cool. The next watch I have just goes above that $1,000 limit, and it's again a company I haven't showed off before, but I've been around since 1891 and was founded in Cleveland, Ohio. A watch company steeped in American history for smooth running of the train service. I want to show off the Fireman Night Train. How cool is this watch? Deep sunburst blue dial, big loom plots, love the look of the case. It's a 40mm diameter watch, 100 meters water resistant, sapphire glass, has the caliber RR1103 inside, which is an automatic movement based on the ETA 2824-2, 28,800 beats per hour, and just an awesome looking watch. The design of the dial is so simple but unusual at the same time. I've got to get into bull watches, haven't I? Now this one comes in at 1,200, which is a little bit above our limit, but I really do like the look of this watch. And you know what? It's made me want to look into more bull watches. Now I've given you 9 choices there, and guess where the 10th one's gonna come from? You! Take a look on Jazzmaster's website, put your favourite watch under $1,000 in the comments below. I'm gonna pick out my favourite choice from you guys, and the winner will get a Timex Waterbury GMT.
You lucky devils!
The winner will be announced in a week's time. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you want a bit more of the Mad Watch Collector, click join. But if I got you for a few more minutes, why don't you take a look at this one? Stay in the algorithm loop. Go on, click it. You're gonna love it. Go on. I ain't got all day. I really haven't. I've got to go. Go on, click it. Click it.